So it looks like InXile is working on two new games, Project Midnight and a brand new game based on established IP. Let's look into this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm sure you've heard of InXile, a brand new Xbox game studio, although they are not really that brand new anymore because Microsoft bought them a couple of years ago, back in 2018 or 2019 I think. So it's been a while now, right? Time flies, I guess. So yeah, they are known mainly for Wasteland series of games. They released Wasteland 3 a year, maybe 2 years ago. I think they also provided some DLCs here and there, some patches. But they were also working on new games at the same time, some of their games. And it sounds like there's 2 games in development right now. But some of these games actually started development even before Wasteland 3 was released back in 2000 I think, or maybe 2001, I can't remember. Either way, so the first project is most likely Project Midnight. So I'm sure you've heard of it already. At least I spoke about this particular project already. Jez Corden of Windows Central actually leaked quite a lot of information on that game a couple of months ago, maybe even a year ago now. And this is supposed to be this steampunk FPS RPG kind of game based on Unreal Engine 5. And it's been in development for a while now. I would imagine that it's in full production right now. And this is the project we're probably going to see first. But according to WCCF Tech, it looks like there's actually one more game in development right now. It looks like it's in pre-production right now, so we probably will have to wait a little bit longer for this particular one when we don't really know what that actually is. The only thing we know is that apparently Reddit user Cat Statute found the following mention on the LinkedIn profile of a former InXile game designer, and it says, "I provided research and setting development for upcoming video game, established IP project still under NDA." And this kind of goes along with what InXile founder and CEO Brian Fargo actually said a couple of months ago, where he basically said that the studio had begun working on a next generation RPG powered by Epic's Unreal Engine 5. So that's the Project Midnight I was talking about before. But a few months later, he added that a second project was just starting its own pre-production phase. So looks like we're going to get quite a lot of games from these game studios, and this is kind of a cool thing about these studios that Microsoft bought. And I understand that there's a lot of frustration right now with Microsoft and Xbox Game Studio because they have not been releasing games lately. Not many, that's for sure. But we need to, at least with studios that Microsoft bought back in 2018, 2019, a lot of these studios actually did release games after Microsoft bought them. However, because a lot of these games were halfway through development when Microsoft bought them, and they were kind of promised for other platform holders as well, or platform owners like PlayStation 5. A lot of these games were multi-platform still, even though they were kind of first-party games, right? So Wasteland 3 was a game like that. There was Psychonauts 2 was a game like that. Ninja Theory was actually only working really on Hellblade games. I think they provided some VR projects for PlayStation and PC, and I think they even provided a VR version of Hellblade, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of these studios actually did work on projects that started as a multi-platform kind of projects, and they just wanted to finish them up and then start, move to new game, and that's what's actually happening right now. A lot of these games actually, got released already. Even the Bethesda games that Bethesda purchase came in later, but even these exclusives that Sony kind of secured, I'm talking about Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, have been released for both PlayStation and Xbox now. So like moving forward, pretty much all these games going to be Xbox PC only kind of games, right? So I don't really agree with a notion that these studios have not been providing any games. Yes, there have been game developers that Microsoft bought and they have not provided anything new just yet. For example, Compulsion Games, right? Compulsion Games, they've been working on that new kind of game. Apparently it's some sort of like dark story-driven kind of game apparently as well. And this game has been in development ever since they released We Happy Few, which was back in 2018, 2019. So it's been a while as well. So I would imagine that some of these developers will actually start talking about these projects soon as well. But I guess I've been saying that for a while now, right? And we just keep waiting and waiting. But yeah, guys, either way, InXile is working on 2 new games. One is Project Midnight. I would imagine that the second one is probably an RPG as well, because InXile is they specialize in RPGs. The fact alone that they are actually using Unreal Engine 5 for that Project Midnight game, I would imagine that the second project is going to be based on Unreal Engine 5 as well. So graphics wise, it's probably going to be great looking game as well. But yeah, I mean, InXile, have been providing very good games, and it's good to see that Microsoft actually grabbed those PC kind of RPG kind of studios as well, because their games are great, and now with the extra funding and stuff, they will be able to provide better products, like more appealing to wider audiences as well, graphics wise and story wise, and and content wise, I guess, as well. But anyway, listen, so it is what it is. InXile is working on 2 new games. Hopefully we will actually learn more about these projects too. And Phil Spencer was actually praising InXile for their work apparently as well. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. What would you like to see from InXile? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.